Joining us over the phone is Merri. Merri is a client of Loving Choice, and it's an honor to be able to talk with her. For the sake of her anonymity, we are just going to be referring to her as Merri, and we'll refrain from using her last name. Merri's joining us now over the phone. Merri, thanks so much for taking the time to join us here on Catholic Lunch Break. Tell me, where in the greater Houston area do you live?
Northside and Spring.
So tell me, when did you first hear about Loving Choice? How long has it been?
About a month, really.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard about it just driving up and down the road on Kirkendall.
So tell us a little bit about your story and how you came into Loving Choice.
So I recently found out that I was pregnant. Kind of didn't know what else to do. This isn't my first pregnancy. It's actually my fourth, but it just after some issues with my child's father, I kind of just needed some support. So I went in and they were able to point me in the right direction as far as like getting me the care that I needed for myself and my unborn child. I told them my story before. Like I said, this isn't my first pregnancy. I've had 3 previous kids before, and I did raise them, but I ended up giving them up for adoption just because being a single mom, it was super hard. And I had like no help at all. So, and I did, voice to them that I did actually want to parent this kid and do my best to keep this one because I felt like this was going to be the last one that I would be able to have. And, they understood where I was coming from and everything. So they made sure that they were able to help me as much as possible.
And how have they been helping you, Merri?
They've been pointing me in that direction, like as far as helping me apply for Medicaid, food stamps. They do provide counseling services as well, which is actually great. And one of the ladies that work there, she volunteers there. I've gotten to know her pretty well over the last few weeks and everything like that. She calls and checks up on me and everything like that. And so we kind of started building a friendship with that.
Merri, when you first found out you were pregnant now, this with your 4th child, were you scared?
Yes, definitely.
I appreciate your talking with us. I know this is not necessarily an easy subject to talk about, Merri. You saying before that you feel like you're heading at least in the right direction with getting some help with Loving Choice.
Yes. Yes, I do. Like I said, there are people there, and you can tell they actually care about the girls that come through there. Like I said, this one lady, she and I, we kind of started bonding, and she checks on me pretty much every week since I was last in there. So they treat you like family. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, as you know, Merri, there are a lot of women that are out there in the greater Houston area that may be either in a similar situation to you, and they may also have come across that time when they're scared. Why would you encourage them to at least check out Loving Choice, at least go in there and talk with somebody?
I mean, I would encourage girls to check it out or a place like it, just because when you don't know, it is better to get some kind of input, especially when it's not negative input. Nobody's there to judge you. Nobody is there to coerce you into making the decision that, might not be right for you or right for your baby. They're just there to listen and help you in the best way that they can.
One last question, Merri. You had made the decision earlier in your life to give your first three children up for adoption. Why do you think that was the right choice, and why do you think that those children are doing well because of that choice that you made?
So I made the decision because I was struggling, like I said, as a single mom, and it was hard. I didn't really have any family support nor financial support. And, as a mom, one of the worst feelings is knowing you can't provide for your baby. And when you get to the point where you're wondering if or when they're going to eat or how you're going to be able to afford this or that for them, like, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to see their child go through that. And I've watched 3 go through that, and I felt like I could provide all the love in the world for them, but I wasn't fit to take care of them. So I found a family through an adoption agency called AIM Adoptions. And this Christian household family, they took all 3 of my kids. And they love them as they were their own. I get pictures all the time, so I know that they're doing well. And I got to see them recently, and they are just thriving. The oldest, she is getting ready to start kindergarten soon. The middle one, he is just he just talks so well now, and he's into art and everything. And then the little baby, she's just growing. She's talking now, and they all know who I am. So that makes me feel warm inside as well. And I just feel better knowing that I made the right decision for them because they are doing so much better.
Very good. Well, Merri, know that we're going to be praying for you here at the Guadalupe Radio Network. We'll be praying for your family as well as all the people that you come across at Loving Choice. I know that all of us here at the Guadalupe Radio Network appreciate it when mothers choose life, and especially in that case of adoption when it's not always easy. Merri, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.